So let's go to our register user button pressed. I'm going to copy this if statement and let's move to our login user button pressed, and I'm going to paste it here. Just we're going to test if the text fields have text or no, and if no, I'm going to again show the same error, but if yes, I'm going to call another function which is going to be login user. And this function doesn't exist yet, so it will throw an error, says unresolved identifier. So let's go on top of our register user function, put a mark and call this login user. And it's going to be a private func login user. And here again, we are going to first thing show our loading indicator, so that our user sees that something is going on. And then we're going to access our M user and say login user with email. And the email is going to be our email textfield.text, and we can unwrap this. Password textfield.text as our password. And completion, you can see we have an error and the Boolean variable here. If I hit enter, I'm going to call this error, and the Boolean variable is going to be is email verified. Okay, and in this callback, once our M user class returns the information, again what we want to check is if there was an error or not. So we say if error is equals to nil, it means there was no error, and then we have else statement that there was an error. And after this, we want to also say self.hide loading indicator as soon as we receive our callback. So in case if there was no error, we are going to just dismiss. So we say self.dismiss because we just logged in and everything is fine. But before we do that, actually we need to check if the email was verified. So we say if is email verified, and if it was, we will just dismiss. And let me also put a print statement here. We say email is verified, and if it wasn't verified, we put an else, and we're going to show an error. Let me just copy it from my function here, and the error is going to be please verify your email. And then this is an error, and we dismiss it in 2 seconds. If there was an error, I want to show that error, so I'm going to copy and paste this again, and instead of my text here, I'm going to say error, unwrap this localized description, and let me just put a print so we have it in console as well, and we say error logging in the user, and this is going to be error unwrap this localized description, so that all our situations is covered. So if there was no error, we check if the email was verified, and it was verified, we will just dismiss. Otherwise, we show information to our user to verify his email. And if there was an error, we just show the error to our user, and anyway, we will hide our animation. So if I run my application, and if I try to log in now, we are going to see, hopefully, that our email was not verified. So I will have iOS dev school gmail.com, password, and let's click login. Our animation code says please verify your email, which is good, it's working. And what if we try to register? It says the email address is already in use by another user, so we cannot register with this email address because there is already a user with a specific email address. So what I'm going to do is now to verify my email in the next lecture so that we can try to log into our application.